Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Cappers Nation Live. Sunday game day edition. Here we are, another Sunday, ready to make another dollar. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Let's see who's all here. Brian, Jermaine, 17 Clippers, Sly, good morning. Lamont, good morning. Joseph, good morning. Manuel, good morning. Congrats on your winnings as well. Anthony, good morning. Pat, good morning. Real Champ in the house, good morning. Tim, good morning. Jermaine says, while we wait for Kyle to come out of the locker room, hit the thumbs up. We definitely appreciate it when you do. Carlos, good morning. Manuel says he's up 5K after yesterday. Congrats. John, good morning. Big Afro Kid TV, good morning. William M, good morning. If I miss you, I do apologize. Mike Brown, good morning. Princess Chachu in the house. Alex View, good morning. Alex, good morning. Leroy, good morning. Jaquan, good morning. Thank you. Thank you for the good luck. Big Ass Redwoods in the house. Good morning. Says, thank you for putting me on Florida. You put me right in the money, and Clemson put me right in that over. Very nice. Congrats. Matt, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Ready for a action-packed, money-making Sunday. That is for sure. We're going to try and hit as many games on the board as we can. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, then we're going to be ready to rock and roll. It's going to be a good day today. If you're on my personal plays, Luigi, good morning. Ty, good morning. If you're on my personal plays, they have not been sent out yet. Normally, I send them out before the live show on the weekend. Today, I did not. However, they will be out as soon as we are off the live show. Alrighty. Don't forget the big Sunday NFL guarantee. If you were on it last week, you have it in your account already. If you don't have it, you'll want to get it because it's going to be a monster. We're 7-1 on the year. We started out 7-0. We lost last week. Chris, good morning. Thanks for jumping on board our big Sunday play. Herman, welcome to our website if you're watching. Thanks for jumping on board 3 days of my personal plays. Much appreciated. Marcus, Jan, Fast Freddy, Mr. Tate, Mr. Tyus, KDO, Nick, Chuck, everybody else. Thanks for jumping on board so far. The big Sunday NFL play. It's going to be a good one. That is for sure. That is for sure. Alrighty. So what we got planned for today, obviously, going to be a lot of Sunday action. And we're going to try and hit as many games as we can that are on the board. We're going to go right down the list regardless of what we got for them. Raymond, good morning. Mike Brown, good morning. Notre Dame with that monster upset yesterday. Florida with the big win yesterday. Those live dogs. It was weird. I logged online. I seen Notre Dame was down. It was the very end of the game. They were down a touchdown. I log on and I look, and they were plus 600 on the money line. I put a little $300 wager on them at plus 600 to come back and win. They tied it up, went to OT, and we all know what happened from there. So that was a nice little score late last night. Shoulda, coulda, woulda put more on it. I honestly didn't think they were going to get that last drive. But I figured, you know what? Let me put something on it just in case. Liberty showing that they want to play. That is for sure. That is for sure. Give me 1 second here. Just a second. Because we're going to have some fun today. We're going to have some fun today. Alrighty. I wouldn't say that it was strange that they were plus 17 Clipper. It was their first real big test. Marlon G, good morning. Chuck, good morning. Chuck, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Mike Brown, absolutely about to be 8-1. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Funny, somebody was messaging me, said they didn't have access to their account. They're a fairly new client. And so I logged in, I logged into our system just to check to make sure, that they had access. And I got to tell you, some of these people that jumped on board for just the Sunday plays, they came in, they only played the Sunday plays. And you look at the record, they're 7-1. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. Come to find out, the guy was betting 10 grand a game. Okay, you're making some good money. Not bad. Tim, we do have fun every day. We're gonna continue to have more fun. We'll probably have some laughs along the way. I did not get a chance to check all the results from the Breeders' Cup. I know one of them horses won. I don't know which one it was, but I haven't been able to check my account yet to see exactly which one it was. But I know one of them won, and it paid pretty good. Joseph says that fucker's slowing down. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers with that horse. They had to put him asleep yesterday. I read that. Absolute Aiden, who had the wreck coming off of turn number 4 down the backstretch, who blew a good year. Uh, 17 Clipper, one of the other races. Tim said race 12 won. Tim, do you remember what it paid? But yeah, thoughts and prayers to Absolute Aiden for having to be put down after wrecking coming out of turn 4 on the backstretch. What a disaster yesterday. Christopher, we had another one throwing off at the start. And if you guys were watching it with us, oh man. Yeah, Mike, that was, what the sign was for the whole day yesterday? We give out the Portuguese soccer and it gets postponed. If that wasn't like the shining light, LT, good morning. If that wasn't the shining light that said, hey, today's not going to be your day, then I don't know what was. So we go from the game being postponed to the horse race. In our second horse race, is that me 20 years ago? No, that's not me 20 years ago, that's for sure. But then our second horse race, we're leading the race. Then we're neck and neck in second, getting ready to make that hard charge. That fucker was slowing down, and he gave him one crack of the whip. And he had that blowout right after turn number 4. He had suffered a catastrophic, I forget what they called it, but some type of leg break. Poor horse. Then they had to euthanize him and put him down. Actually, I felt bad last night when I seen that. I felt bad when I seen that. Here we are making fun of him having a blowout, after turn 4, and the poor sucker's got to get put to sleep. But yeah, if that wasn't an omen on what was going to go on for the day, yeah, Mike, today's going to be the equalizer. Guaranteed Saturday yesterday, West Virginia, Texas over. I was in love with everything about that play. The way it started, and I was like, okay. Mike, check race number 11. I think it was 11 that won. I loved everything about that play yesterday. They did exactly what we were expecting the first 5 minutes of the game, and then it just went downhill from there. They came out, they put up 14 points insanely quick. Tim said I laughed all the way through the horse show. Exactly. Hey, if you can't laugh, then we can't have a good time. We knew the defenses would be solid, but there was a lot of stalls in the red zone, 4th and shorts, missed field goals that shoulda, coulda, woulda kept everything. Should have kept everything in a line, and unfortunately it didn't, Unfortunately it didn't. The second half started, and I was like, okay, we're just a couple scores away. We get that opening field goal, then a touchdown. Okay, we're just four TDs away with plenty of time. Plenty of time. We're going to get this. And that was all she wrote. You can't hit an over by making threes. Yeah, it was race 11, I believe it was. Mine said canceled as well for that horse. ESPN puts out Brian Kelly was 0-7 in his career against AP top 5 teams. The Notre Dame football coach got his first win against a top 5 team yesterday. Dennis, good morning. Yeah, I haven't checked the results to see why the bet was canceled, but I did see one of my the horse tickets was canceled. That it was. Dennis says tricky games today. Think long, think wrong. All right, so free plays yesterday were rock solid. I'm going to try and do exactly the same again today. I tried, all I heard yesterday, a lot of people getting their butts kicked with Michigan State. Hopefully nobody in here got hurt too bad, because I know there was a lot of people on it. One second here. Just checking something. Then we're going to start doing the breakdowns. Jose, you did? Mark, good morning. Says 100 people watching, but nowhere near the likes. Come on, guys, smash the like button. We appreciate it when you do. Real Champ says Broncos Nation, Matty Ice in real trouble. Well, Sawyer, you know what the good thing about Sunday is it doesn't matter if you had a bad Saturday. If you still got a chip and a chair, we're still in it, okay? We are still in it, brother. We still have a fight. We still have a fight. Travis, thank you. Appreciate it. Joseph as well. Thank you, Mark. I watched a little bit of the UFC. I had my daughter's birthday party, and we didn't get home till late. We didn't get home till like real late. And actually, Matthew Stafford was cleared to play today. He came off of coronavirus protocol yesterday, and he was just cleared 33 minutes ago to play. So yeah, Matthew Stafford will be playing today. Mike Smith says, I had a very nice second half parlay on Iowa State, Texas A&M, Baylor. Had me really nervous down to their last play of the game. Seventeen Clipper says, low key, I think Cowboys could upset. I know that sounds crazy. It's definitely crazy. But hey, I will tell you this. It doesn't matter how crazy you think it is, one thing remains. First of all, it's the NFL. Any given team can win today. Any given team can win today. That's the crazy thing with the NFL. You take the biggest dog, which is the Cowboys at plus 14.5. They can win outright today. Crazy as it sounds, as sad as it sounds. I got to tell you one thing, though. How screwed are we tomorrow? How screwed are we that we have a Monday night football game between the Patriots and the Jets? I would have rather seen the Steelers and the Cowboys, or hell, swap out and put in the Dolphins and the Cardinals. At least it would be a competitive game. Raiders and Chargers, at least there's a rivalry there that dates back years. And it's in LA. I got to tell you, the NFL is really messing up. Because this schedule for tomorrow sucks. Neverez, you're killing me. Yeah, Patriots a near 10-point road favorite. The Patriots a 10-point road favorite. Hot diggity dog. With a total of 41 tomorrow. Yuck. Give us the Saints and the Buccaneers and flex, the Dolphins and the Cardinals. Please do something. That is an upside, Mike. That is an upside. So, we're going to take a look at some Week 9 NFL action. The Jets are primetime television. I know we got a lot of New Yorkers in here. So here's the thing. Sam Darnold isn't ruled out. They have not ruled Sammy Darnold out yet. He's listed as probable. He sat out this week's practice. He will not practice Saturday. He is doubtful for the game. Good morning, William. Tuning in via text. But they have not ruled him out. But could you imagine Joe Flacco come in and probably beat up old Cam Newton? Boy, it's just going to suck. No, they updated it late yesterday in the afternoon. They updated him to doubtful, from out to doubtful. Not to say that, he's not going to. I do see him as Flacco as a scheduled starter, but they at this exact same time. And remember, what they say, it's not set in stone. They can switch it at any moment. So while they said Flacco is starting, they ruled Sam Darnold as doubtful. But if he comes back and he can throw, they're going to put in Darnold. And then he says that the Jets may blow all the tires, right? So I can see, looking at a consensus report, I see, as far as some of the games today, I see a lot of people on Buffalo. A lot of sharp action on Buffalo. A lot of people on the over in that game. A lot of people riding the Ravens. Oh, there's a couple on the Colts, as I see. A lot looking at the over in that game. A lot of sharps on the Cardinals against the Dolphins. Dolphins coming off their high of last week. With a lot of over action today. A lot of overaction, and then in Sunday Night Football, more taking the dog with the Saints over the Buccaneers, as well as the under in that game. But we're going to take a look at all the games. We're going to try and touch them all. We'll start with the Seattle and Buffalo game. Remember, we'll have plays on some of them. Some of them I won't be able to give, my opinion on. Some I will. But we're going to try and go over them all regardless of what we have or what we don't have. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Mike, no, my personal plays did not go out yet. Bo King, the Sunday play is on the website already. It's been on the website. Been on the website since last night, actually. Big D Mall in the house. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody else tuning in. Give me one quick second here. Manuel says 2K on Falcons. My profit from last night, putting it to use. Go big or go home. Very nice. Very nice, Nathan. Good to hear that. Says he cleared them out last night. Kyle Man walked out with a G and placed my bets. Score one for the home team. Very nice to hear that. 17 Clipper says chances the guaranteed play loses 0.001. I like that. I like that. I like that. T-Money, good morning. Good morning. Get these big stretches going. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to rock and roll. Get these breakdowns going. Get these breakdowns going. I'm going to have some fun today. Gonna have some fun today, but first, we're gonna clear off this Vibe Interactive board and get it ready for another winning day. Get it ready for another winning day. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, wants me to do it the hard way. Fresno State was a nice one yesterday. Florida team total over 25 was a nice one yesterday. Florida plus the 3.5 was a nice one yesterday. Pacos Vieira would have been a great one yesterday. Portuguese soccer, unfortunately, it did not get even played yesterday. But hey, you know, it's all good in this hood, right? Erase that shit. Get ready to rock and roll. Now, folks, we're ready to rock and roll. Free play board is empty. You know what that means, right? You know what that means. You know what that means. Means we need to put something up there. Mike Brown says, thanks for Fresno. Helped me make a big day yesterday. You know, it saved my ass yesterday with Fresno. Fresno State saved my ass yesterday. Do I have something fun to sip on? You know, I already had coffee. I had a coffee before I got in the office. And from my nose surgery where they worked on my nose, my ears, and all that, my sinuses, they got me on a steroid where I'm not supposed to have much caffeine, which I probably shouldn't be drinking a Dr. Pepper. I'm sipping on a Dr. Pepper. And the only thing they had in the office is these stupid-ass baby cans. So I guess they're regulating me. Eric says, I'm freshly out of jail, and this is my first week of NFL bets. Please lace me up. Well, glad to see you on the outside, and let's do our best to keep you there and make you some money. So welcome, Eric. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll definitely treat you right. That is for sure. If you guys are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button right down below. Let me tell you, we're nearing the 10,000 subscriber mark, and when we hit it, I think we're at like 9287 is the last time I checked. Oh, 9286, one douchebag unsubscribed. Probably a good thing. You definitely don't want to go 3-0 again. But 9286, and when we hit that big 10K, we're going to have a party. All right, we're going to have a party. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, better hit that subscribe button. We're getting close. 714 away. Be there before we know it. Be there before we know it. Big Afro Kid says, I've subscribed for a few weeks. Really enjoyed your show. Your Plus 3.5 on Florida scared me because we were down 14-0 live. Betted plus 19.5 for 250 and had Florida plus 3.5 for 500. Saved me. Thanks, brother. Very welcome. Eric, I actually remember your name. You've been gone for 9 months. Wow. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back, brother. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bounce around games. We're going to take some early games. We're going to focus on some late games, and we're going to go back to early games and then back to late games. Anthony says, follow the doctor's orders, no caffeine. He didn't say no caffeine. He just said I should not have very much at all. It may make me agitated or the jitters. And let me tell you, these pills, man, I just start sweating out of the middle of nowhere. They're crazy. And, of course, my ears are back clogged again. Everything in moderation. So I keep sipping this baby-ass Dr. Pepper in moderation. Might have to get me 3 more just to equal 1. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. They want me to monitor the company's email today until 10 o'clock. So I'm trying to multitask. And guys, before you just email in saying you don't have access to the Sunday play, check your account. Remember, turn your phone sideways, scroll down, look for your username, click that box that's got 4 little windows in it, rather than just email in saying you don't have access to it when you do. Justice just said, hey, just in case anybody is not paying the war on drugs is over and drugs won. Right? Right? Give me 1 second. I need to check somebody else's account real quick and reply to an email. But I got a copy and pasted generic email for everybody on how to find it when they email in. Because 90% of people will not check their account. They'll log in, see they have access to the Saturday play or... All right. The state of Oregon is definitely proof of that. That's for sure. Justice, I just want like a half a nickel for every time I got to say the 4 little window. I say it a lot. Say it a lot, write it a lot, text it a lot, type it a lot. All righty. One more page to pop up. Yes, Des Bryant being activated. Des Bryant being activated. He will be on the sidelines, suited up today. Turn that phone sideways. Yes, absolutely. I have not seen his player prop yet, though. But I am taking a look at it. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. I haven't seen his touchdown prop yet. And I don't think I see one on Bet Online yet. Yeah, I don't see one on Bet Online yet. You know, Justice, we have our app for the Android device, and I know we ran into an issue with the iPhone version, and they had to redesign it. So the iPhone version was still in the works, but we have it for Android in the Google Play Store. Yeah, John, Antonio Brown, Des Bryant back. Same day. How awesome is that? Two of the best receivers in the league. Back today. I like that. And if anything, all they do is cause a distraction on the field and open up somebody else. That's all it does. Taking a look. Antonio Brown to get a touchdown is plus 150. Plus 150. Only Evans and Goodwin have better odds than him. All right, so we're going to jump into the games. We're going to start with the Seattle and Buffalo game for everybody. Line currently is Seattle laying 3. We all know that they were not laying 3 earlier in the week. The Bills plus 3 at home. Home dog, 3-point dog. Seattle's money line is moving. It was minus $1.50. It's up to $1.63 with a super high scoring total. Over and under 55. I would say that I can see Tom Brady, and we'll talk about this when we get to that game, but I can see Tom Brady trying to put the ball in Antonio Brown's hands early and often in order to build the guy's confidence. No doubt about it. Eli Rodriguez, any specials today? Lots of them. They're all on the website. Got our big Sunday NFL play, $50. Guaranteed to win. You get the next one free. We're 7-1 on those on the year, and we'll be 8-1 after today. But a lot of specials on the website. First touchdown for Antonio Brown, that would be interesting. The Raiders placed offensive tackle Trent Brown on the reserve COVID list again this week, just so you guys know. As of 19 minutes ago, the Panthers are expected to have running backs Christian McCaffrey and Mike Davis rotate series to keep them both fresh. While the Saints are expected to have Michael Thomas back from his hamstring injury tonight. As we said 40 minutes ago, Matthew Stafford is good to go today after another negative test. Antonio Brown will make his debut today for the Bucs. Donovan Clowney is listed as questionable with a knee injury. Isn't expected to play, meaning is not expected to play. He has a meniscus injury, and he may end up having surgery. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs with a knee as well as an illness is listed as questionable, but is expected to play today, which means they probably think he's got COVID. He just hasn't tested positive for it yet. Broncos running back Philip Lindsay and wide receiver Tim Patrick with a hamstring injury are both expected to play today. Zeke Elliott, dealing with a hamstring injury, has a good chance to play today. Calvin Ridley is not expected to play today, just so you guys know. And we're going to be breaking down that game here. The Bears' Deion Bush is going on the COVID list. Free agent punter Marquette King is trying out for the Cowboys. If you guys didn't know that. Eliezer, thanks for jumping on board. I know you got the big combo package. My personal plays have not gone out yet, so I'll be sending them out in a little over an hour, hour and a half. They'll be going out to everybody. A little over an hour and a half, my personal plays will be going out to everybody. Other than that, nothing else late breaking. If I see anything else late breaking, we'll go over it. I don't see anything else late breaking that we need to go over. All right, so jump into this game. But first, let's take a look at where the money's at in the Seattle game. As of right now, keep in mind, these are early numbers because it's only 7 on the West Coast. So these numbers will update to a more in line number. As of right now, I'd have to say that the overnight numbers, they definitely haven't been updated with anything as of right now, saying that 90% of the actions on Seattle on the money line, 86% taking the spread, and 88% on the over. Remember, full disclaimer, I will use this information to my advantage on when to bet, not who to bet on. For instance, if you don't know, I will use this to my advantage. If you know, let's just say you wanted to take Buffalo. All right? Let's just say you're taking Buffalo here. And you know that line's going up. Buffalo's just, they started out as a favorite. They're going to become a big dog or a bigger dog. And you can see that everybody's pounding Seattle. You know that they're going to be 3.5 or maybe 4 before kickoff. You can kick back and you can wait for that best line, let the public and the sharps and everybody bet it up, and you go in and you bet what you want. All right? That information should never be anything that you use to swing who you're going to bet on. Because we're Joe Blow over here or some blonde bimbo on Twitter or some douchebag is going to be betting that they want to call us sharp but never shows you ever a betting ticket. You should do your own work, and where other people are betting should have no bearing on where you're going to be betting. Unless they're just a total fade, then that's a whole nother story. But other than that, use that information to your advantage on when to bet, not who to bet. We do not have any soccer plays in our premium plays today. There's no soccer on the premium play card, just so everybody knows. Just so everybody knows. All right, so we're going to start taking a look at this one. We've got Seattle 6-1, Buffalo 6-2. Seattle's 5-2 against the spread, 5-2 to the over. And then you've got the Bills 3-5 against the spread, 5-2-1 to the over. 5 of their 8 games have gone over the total with 1 push mixed in. Taking a look at what each team has done recently. First of all, let's start with the home team. Let's start with the Bills. They're coming off 2 straight victories after losing 2 straight to Tennessee and Kansas City. They came back. They beat the Jets and the Patriots. Not big games there. They barely beat the Patriots 24-21, and they beat the Jets by a whopping 8. Then you've got the Seattle Seahawks coming off their big win over the 49ers, beating them 37-27. Before that, they had their only loss of the year, stumble against Arizona, where they lost 37-34. Nathan says Allen is going to be a beanbag today. Yeah, Sunday Night Football is going to be one hell of a game. They should have made it Monday Night Football. They really screwed up. They really screwed up. Should have been Monday Night Football. Should have been Monday Night Football. We don't get it as Monday Night Football, so whatever. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Remember the no politics. We don't want some to be able to get offended if it's about the betting purposes. Cool. Princess Chachi said, I noticed quite a few female handicappers now, different than the 90s. Yeah. No, Dustin, you're all good, brother. You're all good. You're all good. I know there's some that are just a marketing strategy for certain companies. You go back and you watch some of their videos and they had no clue what they were even talking about. Stumbling, talking against the spread. But there are some genuine ones out there. We have actually quite a few customers, female customers that are, and they're actually really good at what they do. But there are that are, a face of some companies, and that's all they are, is a face of some companies. I would love to see some of them really succeed. But from some of the people that I know at some of the other companies and how people got hired, I mean, hell, there's somebody on YouTube. There's somebody on YouTube that hired somebody to make videos for them and sell packages. And no joke, he met the guy at a bar. He lost a couple salesmen and was feeling the heat for, lack of sales. Found somebody that bet on sports at a bar and turned him into a quote handicapper. And now you guys are out there buying plays from these people. How about that one? So, yeah, be careful who you guys trust. That's why I always say, ask to see tickets. That's why I always say, ask to see copies of tickets. Find out who's real and who's not real. It's very simple. Hey, do you bet the games? You do? Okay, cool. Can you send me a copy of your ticket to show me? Very simple. Problem solved. You don't bet? Okay, cool. If you don't trust yourself, then I sure as hell not trusting you. I mean, that's what I would go by. Yeah, no Ridley today. 100% no Ridley today. We just went over that a little bit ago. No Ridley today. Browns are not playing today anyways. They're on a bye, just so you guys know. Some people saying Baker's out today. Ray, you're very welcome. BYU first half, money line. Dr. Franco says they don't bet the game, so how the F are they going to show tickets? They play both sides? Exactly. Exactly. You know, just remember that. Quickest way to find somebody who's real or not, just ask to see tickets. Just ask to see the tickets. Well, the Browns have a bye this week. They actually don't play until Sunday of next week. So maybe Baker will be back. But yeah, he is on the COVID list, as he came into close contact with a staff member. So he'll take 2 positive tests, kind of like Stafford, or 2 negative tests like Stafford did. He'll be back in 2 days as long as he doesn't test positive. So that more than likely, unless he tests positive, it's not going to affect their next game. Their next game against the Texans next Sunday. All right, so jumping into this one. Joseph, thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday play. David, thank you for jumping on board the combo package. My personal plays will go out as soon as we're done with the live show today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trade deadline is over, so there won't be any trading until next year. Alrighty. Seattle, 6-0-1 against spread their last 7 games versus an opponent after playing the Patriots. Buffalo, 1-6 against the spread historically at home versus an opponent who gets done playing the 49ers. Seattle, 13-2 to the over on the road in non-conference games. Taking a look at the numbers, first of all, Seattle averaging that massive 34.3 points per game, 125 yards on the ground, 5 yards a carry, 7.9 yards per passing attempt, 289 in the air for Russell Wilson. Buffalo averaging 24.8 points per game, 109 on the ground, 4.1 yards per carry, and 263 in the air, 7.5 yards per passing attempt. The thing is can Buffalo hang with Seattle? That's going to be the big question offensively. Can they hang with them offensively? Defensively is where I think Buffalo, if they're going to capitalize, will have an advantage. That's airing the ball out. Seattle's pass defense has been torched lately. They average giving up 359 yards a game. That's all teams want to do against Seattle is just pass the ball. Their secondary's been giving up a lot of yardage, 7.7 yards per passing attempt. However, Seattle is +7 on the turnovers. Be careful with that one, Buffalo. Buffalo, -1 on the turnover department. They're holding teams to 134 yards rushing, as well as 224 in the air. And again, -1 in the turnover department. Now, these teams have played before, but it's been a while. Been a long while. Been 4 years since they played. All right? Seattle has owned them since 2012. Before that, Buffalo's last win against Seattle was in 2008. It was a 34-10 victory. So throw all that shit out the window. It doesn't matter. However, this is going to be a good game. This will definitely be a good game, but one, as far as the side of the game goes, we have a play on the side, so I can't discuss that one. But as far as the total goes on this one, total on this one currently sitting over and under 55 points, okay? First of all, you got to take into consideration they are in Buffalo. That place is pretty flippin' cold. So, Bills Stadium up in Buffalo, New York. Supposed to be a beautiful day in New York today, guys. Low 60s. I don't see any weather, any adverse weather, light breeze. This one has the making for a shootout. This one has the making for a straight out, lights out, back and forth shootout. Both defenses give up points. Seattle gives up 28.4. Buffalo gives up 24.9. However, keep in mind the totals the last 5 weeks have been juiced. The totals have been juiced for the last 5 weeks. I think 55 is a lot. I really do. I think 55 points is a lot. My personal opinion. I believe it's the highest total on the board today. It is the highest total on the board today. Nathan says the Bills fold like a cheap $2 bill. When teams get physical with them, Seattle will get physical with them. As far as the side of this game, again, we have a premium play on it. If you want it, you got to get on the premium plays. But as far as the total goes, I do lean towards the under here. I think we're going to see some points scored. I definitely think we're going to see some points scored. I think it's going to be on the close side. All right, I think it's going to be on the close side. It either barely goes over or it stays under by at least a touchdown. Right around there. Okay, that's where I have it at. I'm not betting it. If I was going to be betting it, I'd be betting the under. I don't see, maybe possibly a teaser. I don't see this being a 30-something, 31, 32, 35, 28 type of game. I don't see this being 28, 27, 28. I see it more in the lines of 28, 24, 24, 17, 24, 21. I see it being a closer, tighter game. I don't see it being just this massive blowout as far as points scored. So I do lean towards the under in this game. I think 55 is a tad bit high. I think it's about 5 points high. Jaquan says Ravens game first quarter over 10. Be very careful betting the Ravens first quarter over 10. Be very careful. Against the Steelers, it cashed. Against the Eagles, it cashed because they put up 14. Baltimore, it pushed. Or, excuse me, the Bengals, it pushed. Teams like the Washington football team, it did not. Against the Chiefs, it did not. Against the Texans, it did not. Against the Browns, it did, though. Back in week 1. Alex, good morning. Yeah, but 17 Clipper, Lamar throwing the most passing yards of all the 1 p.m. games today is probably the most unlikely thing to happen today. But that is an interesting prop, that's for sure. Reading through some of these comments. All right, so going on to the next one. Let's take a look at Denver and Atlanta. Michael, good morning. Hanging tough. Ready for a big day today, that's for sure. Ready for a big day today. Denver, Atlanta. Went over this one last night in our daily free play video. We did have a free play on the total on this one. Broncos 3-4 straight up, 5-2 against the spread, 4-3 to the over. Falcons 2-6 straight up, 3-5 against the spread, and 4-4 to the over. Denver averaging 21 points a game to Atlanta's 26.1. Atlanta averaging 109 yards rushing on the ground, 292 in the air with Matty Ice. 113 on the ground, 4.3 yards per carry for the Broncos, as well as 214 in the air for Denver. As far as their defenses go, Denver giving up just 26.1 points per game to the 28 of Atlanta. Atlanta gives up 99 yards on the ground, but teams haven't needed to pass or run the ball against them. All they need to do is pass the ball, where they give up 311 in the air, 8.2 yards per passing attempt. For Denver, guys, they give up 123 on the ground. Teams have been able to run the ball very successfully for the very few runs that they end up running against the Broncos. They only average giving up or defending 27 running plays to 37 passing plays a game, where they do give up 237 yards in the air, 6.3 yards per passing attempt. You've got the Broncos -7 on turnovers, the Falcons +2. The liability of Matty Ice throwing a pick here, a pick there, a pick everywhere in this game. There should be a prop on how many interceptions that we see in this game, or how many turnovers, period, we see in this game. As far as the number goes, we've got the Broncos as of right now a +4 road underdog. The Falcons laying 4 -$1.10, -210 on the money line, and a total is down a full point from last night. We gave out this game last night on the total at under 49.5. We gave it out last night when the line was good. It is already down a point, and I suspect it will drop even more. We'll put that one up on the board, even though I gave it out last night. We'll put that one up on the board. See if it does it correctly for us today. Not bad. If you're getting 48.5, I still kind of like it. I definitely don't like it as much or as good as I did 49.5. Remember, that's not a premium play. That's just a regular play. All right? It's not a premium play, but it is a good one. I do believe in it. As far as the side on this one goes, I like Atlanta, but I don't know if I could lay them laying 4. I just don't know if there's enough trust there with me to put my money on it as far as that one goes. So, again, I do lean towards Atlanta laying the 4. I'd be more inclined for the money line, but I really don't want to lay 2-1 with the Atlanta Falcons, that's for sure. So if I was going to do anything, I'd lay the 4. However, I will stay away from that one. I will personally stay away from that one. Next game we're going to take a look at. We're going to take a look at the Bears as well as the Titans. Bookie Killers, how much am I betting on the free play? I'll have $500 on it because it's more of a very small play for me, whereas premium plays, I've got $2 to $3 grand on every game. Wait 1 second here. Alrighty, so we'll talk about the Chiefs game because I do have an opinion on that one. It may not be the same as everybody's, but I do have an opinion on that one. Daniel, thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday NFL play. Steven, thank you for jumping on board the combo package, a week of premium, week of my personal plays. Guaranteed Saturday, the big Sunday NFL play, as well as next week's UFC Max Fight Pick. Marvin as well, thank you. I see you just purchased a big Sunday NFL play. All right, Bears, Titans, oh my. And Michael says to thank me later. Absolutely. You know, Michael, I think we got to stop agreeing that we like things, for Saturday. Not for Sunday, for Saturday. Saturday, when we seem to like things, they seem to not go our way. No, Alex, we had West Virginia and Texas over. Started out fantastic and didn't pan out. Started out fantastic with 14 points in the first 5 minutes, and then they got 3 the next 25. All right, guys, Bears, Titans. Another non-conference matchup. Taking a look at the opening number to where it's at now. Bears plus 6.5, Titans laying 6.5. Titans a minus 290 favorite on the money line with a total set at 47. You see what I'm talking about yesterday. I know you were in love with your Spartans. I kept saying, I don't know about that one, knowing that we were on Iowa on the other side. I noticed on Saturdays when we disagree, we win. But when we agree on Sundays, as a team, we hammer the books. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to absolutely annihilate the books today. I can't wait for what we put out today. Give me 1 second here, just double checking something. Don't forget, Deion Bush is on the reserve COVID list. Anthony said, who will be the quarterback for the Bears? Should be, Big Dick Nick, as far as I've seen anything. I can't see him putting in Tyler Bray. I mean, I know he's on the active roster list, but that's only because they put Trubisky out with a shoulder injury. Bookie Killer's tons of money coming in on that Seattle money line. Tons of money. Alrighty. So jumping into this game, first of all, when you start diving into the numbers, let's take a look at these numbers. Total set at 47. First half total over 23.5. First quarter set at 9.5. Titans team total at 26.5. The Bears team total at 20. Yeah, Alex, Baker's on the COVID list, but they don't play today. They're on a bye this week, and it's only for being in close contact with somebody through their contact tracing. So he'll probably be off the list in 2 days, anyways, just in time to start next week's practice. As far as this game goes, first of all, you got the 5-3 Bears, who are 5-3 against the spread, and 3-5 to the over. Alex, it's early. 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 o'clock your time. You've got the Titans 5-2 straight up, 2-5 against the spread, 5-1-1 to the over. The Bears are 7-3 against the spread their last 10 games against strong rushing teams that average more than 4.4 yards per carry. However, the Bears defense has been giving up 120 yards on the ground, 4.3 yards per carry. The Titans just 2-8 against the spread their last 10 games versus an opponent after playing a game that went into OT. And the Bears are 8-2 to the over on the road after playing a game that went into overtime as well. Now, these teams haven't played in 4 years, so throw anything historical out the window from the last game where the Titans beat them by 6, or the game where the Bears beat them by 31 in that game. If you guys remember, I actually remember that game. It was like 10 years ago. No, 8 years ago. The Bears beat them and put up 51 against them. Iowa was actually a premium play yesterday against Michigan State, Dr. Franco. I did give out some hints. Trust me, there'll be people out there trying to tell you that Chicago is 3-0 against the spread in their last 3 games against the Titans. But what they're not going to tell you is that 3-0 dates back to 1998. Right? All right, so let's start with the home team. Let's start with the Titans. They've lost 2 straight. They started out the year fantastic, notching off 5 straight victories, beating the Broncos, the Jags, the Vikings, the Bills, the Texans. Then they ran into a real team called the Steelers. And it was a close game. They ended up losing 27-24. However, it was not a close game at the start. The Titans came and they did what they have been doing all year long. They've been battling close games late in the game. And earlier in the year against shitty teams, they were just on the winning side. A 3-point victory against the Jags, a 1-point victory against the struggling Vikings. A 6-point victory over the Texans. Well, their luck ran out against the Steelers. And then it ran out last week as well against the Bengals when they lost 31-20. And then you've got the Bears. They are coming off a loss last week where they lost 23-26 to the Saints. They did cover the 5-point spread. That game did go over the total of 41. Before that, they lost to the Rams. They also got losses to the Colts as well, with wins over Carolina, Tampa Bay. Excuse me. Yeah, they did win against Tampa Bay. Excuse me. That was that 20-19 game where we got our asses handed to us. Wins over Detroit, New York, the Giants kind, as well as the Falcons as well. What to expect in this one here? The Bears always seem to come and play tough in certain spots. And then they're a major letdown in others. Today they are a 6.5-point dog. The last time they were a 6.5-point dog was against the Rams. They lost 24-10. When they have been a dog by 3 points or more this year, they've actually covered the spread 3 out of 4 times as a dog of 3 points or more. Good dog covering team here. Nathan says first half under cash, total game under cash. As far as this one goes, the Titans are in a must-win situation. The Titans' schedule started out fairly easy, and then it gets a little harder for them. They get the Bears today. Next week they get the Colts. Then they'll get a week off. They'll come back. They'll play the Ravens, the Colts again, Baker Mayfield and the Browns, the Jags, the Lions, the Packers and the Texans to end the season. Their schedule's not getting any easier. They've lost 2 straight. They need to snap completely out of it. Problem with the Titans, their defense, giving them 128 yards on the ground, 269 in the air. However, they're +8 on turnovers. Try to have a good breakfast. Enjoy your breakfast. And again, if you're on my personal plays, we won't be live for much longer, maybe about a half hour or less. And then my personal plays will be going out. Dan, you probably have other packages, brother. Turn your phone sideways if you're using a phone. Turn it sideways. Then scroll down, look for your username. Once you see your username, right next to it, there's a small little box that's got 4 windows in it. Click that box that has 4 windows in it, then scroll down, you'll see the options. That'll take you to your members dashboard area. From there, you can cycle back and forth from package to package. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay. Yeah, Tennessee has 1 quality win. They definitely need to pick it up. That is for sure. Rich says the Bears have been tricky to figure out, but I think the +6 is high, and they should cover a big spread. Too much respect being given to the Titans and not enough respect to the Bears. You know, I agree and I disagree. I don't think the matchup favors the Bears. I think that's why they're, catching the 6.5. Joshua, good morning. Matt, good morning. As far as this one goes, I don't have a dollar on this game. I do lean towards the Titans. But the problem is when they really need a close game or a game that they should blow out, they've been close games and they've barely been squeaking by. It's the only thing that I don't like about it. Give me 1 second. I'm monitoring the company's email today, so I have to reply to people. Dan, I see your email. I see your email, Dan. I'm emailing you instructions unless you found it here, because I know you're in the live chat. But I just emailed you the instructions, the same thing that I said over the airwaves here for the live show. I'm running double duty. I'm running the customer service support team until 10 a.m. And that's why it's only a lean. I do think it's a lot to cover today, but it is only a lean. All right, so one thing that you can call me sick and twisted. And one thing that I like in this one. One thing that I do like in this one. And I just want to double check something before I open my mouth. But there is something that I like. When the Titans are winning, they're scoring in the first quarter. At least 7 themselves, if not 14 like we've seen a lot. One thing that I do like in this one is the Bears and Titans first quarter over 9.5 is minus 105. That's going to be our one of our free official plays. It'll probably give me an L with my luck. Yeah, it did. First quarter, 0 for over, 9.5. The juice is downplayed to 105. Remember, I don't play the big high NFL first quarter totals. Not only does this have value, I think we get this one today. All right? I think we get this one today. Now, I'm not going full balls to the wall. It's not like it's a premium play where I'm going to go put $2,000 on this play. Okay, that's not what's going to be happening here. But I will have money on it. It's going to be a solid one. And honestly, I think the sucker cashes. I think the sucker cashes, and I think it cashes with ease. Titans roll down. Get us a quick score. Bears are definitely going to try and come down and put points up on the board. Touchdown and a field goal by any team in any direction will get us a nice big victory. Frozen screen. All right, we'll get that one. Trippy gang, we'll talk about that. Scott says, coincidence or not, notice lately that more cappers are showing their tickets. I wonder why. I wonder why. I don't follow too many other ones, but I really haven't seen any. That are out there showing, but I'm sure there are. I've heard from other people that others will. Or that others have been, which is great. And remember, just because somebody shows you a ticket, if they're blurring out the bet amount, you have to ask yourself why. Because there's douchebags that are out there that will go put $5 on each side so they can show you a winning ticket. And they're not losing nothing. All right, so be careful. Trippy Gang says, I noticed that too. Hot. Kyle has the best channel. I appreciate that. Peter Reyes, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you and your family are doing well as well. So make sure they're showing you a full ticket. An actual full betting ticket. A real one. A real one. Okay? No shenanigans, no nothing. Big Afro Kid, we've got a couple. One's a daily free play video. I'll flash the free play board up there for you guys for just a second. So you guys can, as of right now, the only thing we added besides the daily free play video, free play, which was the over in the Denver and Atlanta game, or excuse me, the under in the Denver and Atlanta game, under, is the Bears and Titans first quarter over. That's the only thing different that we've added so far. But yeah, if other people finally starting to show tickets, that's a good thing. Let me tell you, there's a lot of black eyes in this industry. There really are. There really are a lot of black eyes in this industry. A lot of people that claim they bet that will show you a ticket every now and then they disappear. They go back to their ways. They make a little money. That way they could actually bet something. And then you never see them bet again. So, but yeah, it's a good thing. We'll definitely clean up the industry. Scott Taylor, did Mermaid Security have to whip out the taser yesterday? No, it was a very tame party. It was a very tame party. No trident had to be whipped out yesterday. Sly, you know it, brother. You know it. Nobody's got that on us right there. Nobody's got that on us. That is for sure. All righty. Now, Reg, what do I think about the first quarter over in the Denver Falcon game? No opinion on that one. I did not like it either direction. Nathan, she turned 8. Oh, happy birthday to your niece. My daughter turned 5 yesterday. Or her 5th birthday party was yesterday. 5 earlier in the week. Big Dan McCarthy, thanks for joining us. Abs 17 Clipper says people holding them accountable. You know, that should be the first thing that you guys ask people that you follow is, do you bet? And when they say yes, ask them to prove it. Not just once. Spot check these guys and gals continuously. If they blur out the bet amount, there's obviously a reason why. Allie's View says, what's the difference between black and white? What did I miss? Something happened? Something said? What difference does black or white make? As far as what? Color of skin? Absolutely nothing. We're all equal here. Hell, you could be blue for all I care. Scott says, checked in late. How did we do at the Breeders' Cup? He's slowing the fuck down. Will forever follow the show. Epic and hilarious. So, for everybody that is tuning in, we did have Breeders' Cup stuff out yesterday from a good friend of mine that does. I think we won the number 11. I haven't checked anything else yet. I know we hit something because I got home late last night. I saw it in my account. I know we hit something, and I believe it was the number 11 race. But it was definitely sad. Oh, is that what, Allie, if you thought I said black guys, no, not at all. I said black eyes. Eyes. I know I probably sound funny because I sound sick after my sinus and nose surgery. Black eyes. We have a lot of black eyes in this industry. Jalen, you thought I said black guys? No, black eyes. Excuse me. My protection racket, right? Slice says, honestly, Kyle, the reason I've been dealing with you is because this is your profession. You don't have a day job unless you count your alleged protection racket. Exactly. That's exactly correct. This is my only job. D-Town for life. Tex86 says, I'm black, and you definitely said black eyes. 100% said black eyes. I always say, this is a black eye industry. Jalen, you had to listen closely. There's a lot of black eyes in the industry. Eyes, E-Y-E-S. D-Wade, what do I think about FC Porto? I like them. But something in that game's got me as a red flag. Something you have to be careful. Hold on one second. Jalen, I hear you there. No, remember, I'm the one with the Jewish family. My mom's family is Jewish. My dad's stepfather's Mexican. We're a whole mix, let me tell you, at Christmas. Very far from anything racial. And as Michael said, the only color we care about is green. That is it. And D-Wade, I'll get back to your thing. Allie, no problem. No problem. I appreciate it. But yes, there's definitely a lot of people that give this industry black eyes. Maybe I just need to word it better. Mike Brown said, sounded like you said black guys, not black eyes. There are a lot of black guys in this industry. I work with them. We actually employ, I think, 3 of the guys that work here are African American. So yeah, we definitely. I love it. I love the comments. Carlos says, I love your job. Hey, I don't always love. No, I love my job. D-Wade, what do I mean by a red flag? I'll go more into that. Once we switch subjects, I'll go into that real quick. Jermaine said, my dad is Dominican and my mom is Jamaican. He said black eye for sure. 100%. 100%. And this is something that I actually preach all the time. There are so many black eyes in this industry. Eyes. Black eyes. Eyesores. Individuals. Allie, it's not a problem. Some other people thought they heard the same thing, so it's not a problem at all. Nathan, we need to hire a few Mexicans. Jay is actually as Mexican as you can get. Jay is actually originally from Mexico, believe it or not. That's the funny thing. Somebody was like, "Oh, do you have any Mexicans that work in there?" We're like, "Yeah, Jay." I'm actually a couple in the accounting side. We don't discriminate when it comes to hiring, that's for sure. We definitely don't discriminate when it comes to hiring. If you can do the job better than the next guy, we'll hire you in a heartbeat, let me tell you. Speaking of which, we are hiring somebody. They are trying to hire somebody for advertised marketing, search engine optimization, Google pay-per-click specialist, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if that is your area of expertise, marketing and advertising, send a resume to me and I will forward it to the next person that it needs to go to. And for the record, we don't care what color your skin is when we hire you. All we ask is that you just do a damn good job. So, D. Wade, to answer your question about FC Porto and soccer later today, when I say red flags, per se, Portuguese soccer, I've been betting for a while now. First of all, you don't see a lot of high-scoring Portuguese soccer games. So, to see a total on that game, like 3, instantly is an eye-opener. The Beneficia game against Sporting Braga, 3 and 3.5, is an instant eye-opener for a total. Obviously, the books try and act like they know something that we don't know. Now, lately, for instance, with FC Porto, they've been scoring a lot in their last couple games. They put up 3 in their Champions League game against Pacos Fiera the other day. What was it, the day before Halloween? We played them. That was a 3-2 loss where they ended up losing. FC Porto is one of the higher scoring teams. So, and we'll get back to the NFL. I do like them today. They're minus 435. They should get the win. They're laying 1.5 and 1.5 and 2. Now their opponent today has lost by at least 2 or more. And this is what I looked into. This team plays tough. They have lost by 2 or more only once, dating back to their game against CD Avs back in January of this year. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 matches. In 23 matches, they've only lost by 2 or more one time. And that's against some good quality opponents. That's the one thing that I don't like. The last time they played FC Porto, they lost 1-0. So I do emphasize caution in laying the 1.5 and 2. With all intents and purposes, FC Porto should win. And they should be able to cover the spread. But their opponent today, I wave the red flag for the fact that out of 23 matches, they've only lost by 2 or more once. Now, maybe today will be the second time. But I just have a little leeriness in it. Now, I do have them in a big parlay that I made. I have a 9-teamer that pays $22,000 or $21,000, excuse me. I'm 2 legs in. I won, and I should have gave it out. It was early this morning. Leicester plus 140. I hit that as well as Roma just a few minutes ago in the parlay. So I've got 7 more to go. But yeah, I do like them today. I'm just a little on the leery side of it. Just a little on the leery side of it. Now, the under is something that I would probably be more inclined to playing. The under is something that I'd probably be more inclined to playing. No problem, D-Wade. All right, back to the NFL. Back to the NFL. Next game that we're going to do, we're going to jump and we're going to take a look at one of the later games. All right? That way we can get it get it out of the way. Thank you, Anthony. Going to take a look at Miami and Arizona. Take a look at the Dolphins and the Cardinals. Ryan C., good morning. We're going to bounce around for these last couple minutes. They don't piss. They actually do a piss test to get hired here. That they do. Depending on what position, but yeah, they do not random after the fact, but they do entry. But no, I'm not heavy on anything, to be honest. Might have an edible every now and then. Very rare, though. Champion Bonoco, good morning. Do you find it more easy to pick with the spread with football on your guarantees instead of reaching for high overs? Seems like everything must go right offensively. No real correlation between the two. But yeah, they do I believe it. I mean, I haven't done one in a while, but I still think it's a piss test. Very nice, Nathan. I don't have any issues with that. Hell, if it was me, I'd have no issues with it. But I don't make the policy for that one. All right, guys, Miami, Arizona game, 471, 472. Popping up the odds for this one. The Ravens a dog right now, +1. -104, over and under 48. A little bit of line movement there with money coming in on the Colts. Money coming in on the Colts there. Taking a look. Panthers are still +10. Texans are up to 7. Giants are catching 2.5. All right, so going to take a look at this one. Anthony says Arizona all day long. Oh, I was looking at next week's lines with the Bills and the Cardinals. Let me go back to this week's lines, to today's lines. Week 9, not week 10. Dolphins, Cardinals. This line just keeps getting bigger. Arizona is now laying 6.5. Or 6, excuse me. 6 laying $1.10. Dr. Franco, where's Edward been? Probably fishing, but I'll text him. I text him every now and then. Total on this one, over and under 49. Michael, I'll try and touch that game if I have time. Alex says he's on Arizona. Michael, have not touched that game yet, but I'll try to. Total on this one, 49. First quarter over and under 9.5. Kind of enticing. Kind of enticing. First quarter over later in the afternoon. Enticing alert. However, let's take a look at that first quick. Before we jump into the actual game, let's take a look at that first quarter and what we've had in the past. Against Seattle, there was a total of 17 scored. Against the Cowboys, it was a 0-0 game. Against the Jets, Arizona put up 7, and the Jets screwed us in that one because we actually took that game. Against the Panthers put up 14 against them. Against the Lions, there was 10. Against the football team, there was 14 put up by the Cardinals themselves. Against the 49ers, there was 17. So what was that? Was it 5 out of 7? Let me double check here. There's 1. There's 2 that stayed under. Five out of 17 on the over 9.5 hitting. Now, some of those totals were 10, 10.5, 13.5. They didn't all cash. However, scoring more than 9.5 points in the first quarter of a Cardinals game has happened 5 out of 7 times this year. Taking a look at the Dolphins. T-Money says Miami wins outright. 14 scored in the first quarter of their last game. 7 scored by Miami against the Jets. 14 by Miami against the 49ers. 13 scored in that game against Seattle. 14 against Jacksonville. 14 in the Buffalo game. 0-0 in the Patriots game. 5 out of 7 games as well. First quarter has cashed. Folks, this is one that I am betting. All right? This is one that I am betting. First quarter over 9.5. I'm going to put it up on the board. We're going to make it another small free play for everybody. Keep in mind, these first quarter overs, we're doing small, okay? Nothing crazy. Look at that. It finally did something correct for me. I expect the juice on this one to move. I wouldn't be surprised once you guys bet it if they bump it to 10 eventually. Would not surprise me one bit if they bump this one to 10. All right, that was a daily free play. That's a small free play. That's a small free play. And what I'm doing is I'm actually pairing up a couple first quarter totals that I love for us. And we're going to do a parlay as well. At least I am. A fun money parlay to cash because I'm cashing a big parlay today. You'll cash a couple parlays, actually. So, when you start diving into this game, first of all, Miami 4-3 straight up, 5-2 against the spread, 2-5 to the over. Arizona 5-2 straight up, 5-2 against the spread, 1-5-1 to the over. Jalen, I hear you there. Hey, Miami they're not garbage. They've got 4 wins on the season. All right, and let's take a look at their 4 wins. First of all, they're playing in fair weather territory today in Arizona in the Dome, in the stadium. They've won 3 straight. They beat the Rams, the Jets, and the 49ers. They also got win over Jacksonville. Their only losses on the year came to the Patriots, the Bills, and Seattle. Let it ride, Michael. Go for the gusto. No guts, no glory. You didn't bet it to chicken out. You didn't bet it to chicken out. Miami, 8-2 on the under. Their last 10 games on the road against an opponent after a close, straight-up win of 3 points or less. Arizona coming off their 3-point victory over Seattle. They've won 3 straight as well. Arizona has wins over Seattle, Dallas, the Jets, the football team and the 49ers, with losses to the Lions and the Panthers, losing by 3 and 10. As far as this game goes, taking a look at the numbers on this one, Miami averaging 26.9 points per game, 29 for the Cardinals. Cardinals averaging 161 yards on the ground per game, 5.2 yards per carry, 258 in the air, 7.2 yards per passing attempt. Miami averaging 98 yards on the ground, 3.6 yards per carry, 226 in the air. Can the Miami defense come up big yet again? They're going to need to against a high-flying, explosive offense from Arizona. Miami's defense has been strong all year, holding teams to 18.6 points per game. 125 on the ground is what they give up, 4.9 yards per carry. I think they're going to have a hard time covering Kyler Murray today. I think they're going to have a hard time defending the Arizona run, which will open up the play-action pass. We all know Murray likes to go deep. He's got Hopkins, where he's averaging 247 in the air a game, 6.4 yards per passing attempt. They are +1 on turnovers. Really no harm, no foul there. No big advantage there. However, there is a turnover advantage for Miami. They are +4 on turnovers. They get for his second game of the year. Did he have a first good game against the Rams? Tua? No. It wasn't Tua that won him the game. It was the defense and the Rams offense that pissed it away early in that game. The Arizona defense, giving up 131 yards a game on the ground, 4.7 yards per carry. If this is a game that Miami wants to get a good run game going, they should have plenty of opportunities. Arizona's secondary giving up 247 in the air, 6.4 yards per passing attempt. And like I said, they're +1 on turnovers, whereas Miami is +4 in the turnover department. Arizona is 27-1, 20 wins, 7 losses, and 1 push against the spread, dating all the way back to 2000 when playing at home versus an opponent after a game of a turnover margin of +2 or better. And Miami is 0-7 against the spread on the road against weak rushing defenses, yielding more than 4.7 yards per carry. Now, these teams haven't faced off in 4 years, so throw all that shit out the window. Still be people out there on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, everywhere telling you the last 4 games of the series has gone over the total. Tell them to piss off. Tell them that's dating back to 1999. Cater to you by Chef Jeff says, I'm driving and laughed at first because I said people are going to think he said black guys, you good Kyle. I said black eyes, E-Y-E-S. But it's probably the way I sound after surgery. We'll blame it on that one. Now, as far as this game goes from a betting standpoint, offensively, we haven't seen anything out of Tua yet. Is he able to find his stride against Arizona that's had a pretty stout defense? With the exception of their game against Seattle, where they gave up 34 points in their 37-34 victory. They gave up 10 to Dallas, 10 to the Jets, 21 to Teddy Bridgewater, 23 to Matt Stafford and the Lions, 15 to the football team, and 20 to the 49ers. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say, unless the Miami defense wins them the game, the Dolphins are not winning. Unless the defense from Miami wins them the game again, Tua's going to have another rough outing. Now, I think Tua will have a better outing than he had against the Rams. However, I don't think he's going to have a lights-out kind of game. I don't think he'll be able to keep up with Kyler Murray, who's already passed for 13 touchdowns. The problem with Murray is he's got 7 interceptions. So that aspect I don't like. Murray's going to have to play a very complete, thought-out, methodical game. That Miami defense, I'm going to be honest, the Miami defense is solid. They held the Rams to 17. They shut out the Jets, which isn't hard. They held the 49ers to 17. Seattle put up 31 on them, but hell, Seattle put up 34 on Arizona. They held Jacksonville to 13. Buffalo put up 31. And the Patriots in week 1 only put up 21. A little Dizzer, what's going on? Yeah, but Jalen, those little legs of Murray can get going in a hurry. And to say that Murray only has one receiver, you got Larry Fitzgerald. You got Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, yeah, number one, he's targeting Hopkins more than anybody, who's got 704 yards so far to Fitzgerald's 207. That's a fact. I mean, Murray himself is their number 2 rusher. I wouldn't say 2 guys on offense. Larry's old ass can't do shit. You might be surprised today. You might be today. Just remember, Jalen is biased. Miami fan right there in the heart of Miami. Kirk is good. He's got 18 receptions on the year. 5 touchdowns. Very reliable. He's got more touchdowns than any receiving touchdowns than any other Cardinal on the team. Mike, when they put out stats about teams not winning after a game that goes into overtime, throw all that shit out the window. It really has no effect on what the next game's going to be. That's just a stat people like to track. But there's no proven data. But yes, Jalen is definitely biased. But as far as this one goes, I think we see points in this game. I really do. I don't think it's going to be like a 60-point game. I think Tua gets a couple touchdowns. Cardinals get some touchdowns. I lean towards Arizona to win the game. I'm a tad bit leery of the 6. I lean towards the 6. Maybe possible teaser opportunity. But I do like the over 49. I think both teams score some points today. I think the Miami defense is a live over 49. I think the Miami defense is a live dog to put up some points as well. Cardinals have played 7 games. Murray himself has 7 interceptions. And if Tua has an opportunity to pass the ball and air it out, we know he can. If he finds his stride, there'll be points put up. Just a matter of it's going to go over 49, which I think it does. So I do lean towards that one. Nathan says it hits 70 points. All right, we're going to do one more right now. We're going to do the Sunday night football game, Saints and the Buccaneers. This is an interesting one. Rematch from week 1 where the Saints bested Brady. Antonio Brown is back. Saints 5-2, 2-5 against the spread, 7-0 on the over. Tampa Bay 5-3 to the over, 4-3-1 against the spread, and 6-2 straight up, winning 3 straight against Green Bay, Vegas, and the Giants. Their 2-point victory over the Giants. Then you've got the Saints guys who've won 4 straight, beating the Lions, the Chargers, the Panthers, and the Bears. Very close games. Their last 3 games were all 3-point victories. Every game for the Saints has gone over the total. here we are with this, guys, and the total on this game sitting at 50.5 currently, or excuse me, 50 currently. Bucks laying 3 minus $1.16. 3.5 minus 106. Plus 3.5 minus $1.14. Both averaging near 30 points per game. It's the Bucks defense that's been holding teams to under 21 points, whereas the Saints defense, 28. As far as this one goes, when you start diving into the numbers, they both average roughly the same running the ball, 4 and 4.2 yards per carry. They average passing the ball roughly the same, 6.9 and 7.3 yards per passing attempt for Drew Brees. But it's on the defense. Saints give up 3.6 yards per carry. The Bucks 3.2. 6.9 yards per passing attempt for the Saints. 6.3 for the Bucks. The Bucks are plus 6 on turnovers. Saints 7-0 against the spread on the road before playing the 49ers. The Buccaneers 1-7 against the spread after playing the Bears. How about that one? And Tampa Bay 7-0 to the over against the NFC South. Now, when they did play last, it was a 34-23 game. As far as this one goes, T-Money says Kamara goes off. He probably does. I think he has a big game. I hope he does. I've got him on my fantasy team. But as far as this game goes, as far as the side, I don't have an official play on the side. I do lean towards Tom Brady on the revenge. When they matched up in week 1, Tom had no preseason games to work with the receivers. New team, new coach, new everything in week 1. They knew that going in. Tampa Bay is rolling, but so are the Saints. Although the Saints have been winning by 3, 3-3, barely squeaking by against subpar teams, in my opinion, the Chargers, the Panthers, and the Bears. As far as this game goes, Bucks in Tampa, Tom Brady laying, if you can get it at 3, I like it at 3. All right? I lean towards it at 3. However, taking a look at the weather in Tampa Bay today, I don't see any rain on the forecast. There is a 15% chance. Mostly cloudy, little windy, 16, 17 mile an hour wind. Could affect some things. Beautiful weather in the 80s. I think where this game is going to be won will be on turnovers. I think both teams have some holes in their defense. But one thing that I do like in this game, I like the points. Owen says the wind is super bad. Looking at the wind, it's supposed to die down. Game time is supposed to be at 20, and then it's not supposed to die down until later. So yeah, it's going to be a tad bit on the windy side. But remember, that's not necessarily in the stadium at the ground level. You got to look at the flags up there. Will it be affected up there? Yeah, a little bit, but it's not as bad down on the field. As far as this one goes, I think we see some points. I think we see some points. I think the over 51 is a solid number. Somehow, some way, these teams always get in a shootout. It didn't matter if it was with Brady or without. Or with Winston, these teams have always got into a shootout. So free play for Sunday Night Football. Free play for Sunday Night Football. almost got it to work properly there. The O for over 51. Oh, what the heck's going on here? Come on. Let's try this again. I'm all screwed up today. I guess it doesn't want to do that. I guess it's too long. So I guess we'll just abbreviate this one since I keep screwing off here. There we go. Done. Well, I guess we missed the O this time, huh? Come on. If it ain't one thing, it's another. All right, we finally got it working. Technology screwing us up. All right, guys, over 51, free official play for the chat. Do I really think Antonio Brown gets a touchdown? I think he gets targeted, yes. 100% I think he gets targeted. If they're down there in the red zone and they put all them people out there, they're going to have to make a choice. You're going to cover Goodwin, you're going to cover Gronk, you're going to cover Evans, or Antonio Brown. You can't double them both. Now, earlier there was no touchdown prop on BetOnline. I'm looking right now. Antonio Brown is plus 150. Oh, no, there was no Des Bryant. Antonio Brown is plus 150 to get a touchdown. I just bet it for 250 right now. And don't forget about old Miller as well. But nobody gets more coverage in the red zone than Evans. Now, on BetOnline, a prop parlay. Brown, Evans, and Gronkowski all to get one touchdown. At least one. Pays plus 1,200. The wild card will be Brown getting a touchdown, in my opinion. Anthony, I agree. I think Brady is a class act and will definitely try and get AB in the mix. And I just bet that prop that I just gave you, that prop parlay, for $200. It pays $2,400. Brown, Evans, and Gronk all to get a touchdown. Is plus 1,200. Absolutely insane, if you ask me. Then throw in one for Ronald Jones as well. You don't want to know what... Oh, let's see. That's plus 3,100 when you throw in Ronald Jones to have one as well. 200 pays 6,526 or 6,562, but their max exposures, they won't allow you to win more than $2,500 on it. So So a $76 wager pays $2,493 for the 4 of them. Absolutely, AB's key to his mental state is get him in the groove, make him part of the team, appease him. And I did just bet that 4-player touchdown prop, let me tell you. You know, one thing that you see when the Bucs have a good game, Gronkowski's involved. We talked about this last week. He wasn't involved last week. We lost all those props on Gronk. He wasn't involved. He wasn't involved at all, not once. Well, he had his couple catches. Other than that, he wasn't involved. No touchdown scores, nothing. All right, guys. We're going to have a good day today. Do I like the first to 15? Or I'm not a big fan of the first to 15 or any of those bets. Now, as far as that game goes, you know, the first touchdown scorer is always a wild card. Ronald Jones at plus 1,000. Antonio Brown plus 1,200. I'd have to say either Kamara or Evans would probably be the best one. All right, guys. Enjoy those plays. If you're on my personal plays, give me about 20 minutes. I know games start in an hour and a half. They'll be going out here shortly. In about 20 minutes, they'll start being sent out, and then it takes me about 45 minutes to get them all out. So within 45 minutes, you guys should start hearing from me. And if you don't, then send me a text message. All right, guys? Remember, you still have plenty of time to get on board the Sunday NFL play. We're 7-1 on them on the year. After today, we'll be 8-1. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you need to. There's my Twitter at CapNationKyle. I'll probably have more free plays for everybody today on Twitter. So you better follow me on Twitter. All right, guys, go get on that Sunday play if you're not already on it. Premium plays are already posted on the website, and premium plays today are going to have a lights out day. All right, guys, good luck, everybody. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jermaine. Everybody, thank you. And remember, tomorrow we go live an hour later during the week. So 10 a.m. Eastern time, we'll be live again. We'll break down that shitty Monday Night Football game, and we'll probably have some soccer action as well. All right, guys, good luck, everybody, and God bless and have a safe Sunday. And as always, bet responsibly. All right, guys, good luck, everybody. Scott, where's our group hug? Good luck, everybody. Have a great day.